Everybody, how's it going? Woo! That was awesome. I love that little remix. That was which my mouse is now gone. That's not good. That was a remix by Leslie. We got a nice little boot up remix of all of the Xbox sounds today, because today is the 20th anniversary of Xbox. That's right. It also means it's the 20th anniversary of Halo. So, oh baby, do we have a doozy of a live reaction for you guys. We fully expect to see Halo Infinite news today. Potentially a shadow drop, a not so well kept secret shadow drop of Halo Infinite multiplayer today. In fact, if Halo Infinite multiplayer does drop today, I will be live streaming some Halo Infinite multiplayer over on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Nintendo Prime TV. If anyone wants to come there and check out Halo Infinite multiplayer with me, that's assuming the shadow drops today. It might not. It could be later this month as well. Beyond Halo news, we're bound to get news on a bunch of other games. This is a celebration, so they'll probably look back at the history of Xbox. But I'm looking forward to see good old Phil Spencer in a video. This is a premiere. I can show you guys right here. This is a premiere. So as it's a premiere, you can see that it's scheduled to go up in 16 minutes, all pre-recorded. It's not a live event per se. It's more like a show that's been well put together. So that's going to be all in good fun. I can't wait for it to start in 15 minutes. For those who don't know, while we are a Nintendo channel, Nintendo Prime is the name. That's my moniker, although my real name is Nathaniel Rumful-Jantz. We do cover all major industry events, and anytime it's a celebration like 20 years for a brand officially existing, that to me is a major event, especially when that brand is a platform holder. I, believe it or not, game on multiple platforms and try to hold no bias one way or another against platforms that aren't Nintendo. I was just PC gaming yesterday. I was playing Back 4 Blood on my Xbox a few days ago. Let's just say I like to game on everything. I used to do MLB The Show back on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. I had a PlayStation 5 for a bit. We'll be getting a new one here next year. So Yeah, let's just say I like to game on everything and I hold no bias against those companies. That being said, we're here today to talk about Xbox's anniversary celebration, the official live show, as they call it, although it's pre-recorded. I'm very excited to see what they have up their sleeves. Obviously, we know they've made a number of acquisitions. They've made a number of expansions. Besides Halo Infinite, we need updates on a bunch of stuff. What the hell is coming next from Bethesda and id Software to Xbox? What more is coming to Game Pass beyond their exclusive content? Are we going to get bigger looks at Rare's upcoming game that they've been teasing for a couple of years, besides, obviously, Sea of Thieves? What is coming? Are we going to see the return of, classic IPs like Conquer or Banjo-Kazooie? We obviously know Perfect Dark was announced. Are we going to see our first ever little trailer, a little gameplay clip of Perfect Dark today? What the hell is going to happen for Xbox's 20th anniversary? What even is this event beyond a celebration? I have no idea, other than I fully expect to see Halo Infinite news today because, hello, Halo came out the same day as Xbox. So, Halo, one of the biggest IPs in the world, 20 years old, just like the original Xbox with the good old Duke controller, which tried to get my hands on a Duke controller for the show, but, things don't always work out that way. Now, obviously, I don't expect there to be as much interest in watching this with me as there would be with a Nintendo Direct or a major event like the Game Awards or E3, but this is to me just as important as events like that because there's bound to be a bunch of new game announcements and or new looks at games that already have been announced. And the most recent, by the way, Xbox platform exclusives, because we're talking about the platform of Game Pass and xCloud, and obviously the Xbox Series. So when you look at the full Xbox family, Forza Horizon 5 is doing absolutely incredible. They just announced that they have over 6.5 million people playing Forza Horizon 5, which, by the way, is one of the best looking next generation games we have seen to date. It is so realistic. People are taking Vista shots in the game, Vista screenshots, that are fooling people into thinking that people had their phone out and took a picture out in the real world. That's how amazing Forza Horizon looks. And it looks this good whether it's on a low-end PC, a high-end PC, the Xbox Series X. It's looking this good on xCloud. It's looking this good on the Series S. It's really impressing people. And obviously, it has that classic Forza gameplay and racing to it that has a lot of people really excited. So, they're seeing great success. 6.5 million people playing any Xbox game is a number that is just unheard of in prior generations. And now here we are with a Forza game with 6.5. Now, we don't know the sales, of course, because, there's a lot of people that own Game Pass, but I'm one of them. But damn, they got to be happy with that result. Just getting people playing a high-quality game like that. Now, I do want to shout out to people who are here at the stream because the official stream begins, or the official premiere begins in 11 minutes. Technically, there'll be like a little 2-minute countdown by YouTube. So I want to shout out everyone who's here in the chat today. We got Timothy here, Crazy Old School. We got Timmy Jr., one of our members of the board of directors. We have Mr. Combustible Lemon, Chris414, Nomad is here. We got Pilgrim Stranger is here as well, saying if tomato is a fruit, is ketchup a smoothie? That's a fair question. There's more things in ketchup than just tomatoes, although tomatoes are obviously the main ingredient. But, I mean, you can say there's more things in smoothies than just fruit. Yeah, I don't know. Good question. Do we just like to have ketchup? Is it just a smoothie that we dip things in? I don't know. Birdman Senpai is here, one of our moderators. Welcome, man. We got Sporticay here, Crazy's Cough, and JLo, both members of our board of directors of Nintendo Prime. Welcome, guys. Let's see here. We have Logan LeBlanc as well, another member of the board. Galax89 is here. Bowsette. Kinesha Kratani is here. Chris is here as well. Sweet Life of Dio Brando, one of our moderators. We got Bowsette is here as well. Harry Chest is here. We got Callan Darag, one of the members of the board of directors of Nintendo Prime. Welcome. Sab Vasquez is here. How's it going, man? Willie Reapin is here. Nightwing Girl 535 is here. Javier Arlano. Gordon Edgar is here. Donnie Dzinski, one of the members of the board of directors of Nintendo Prime, who got a Halo Infinite Xbox Series X this morning at Best Buy. Congratulations on that. I don't even have one of those, man. Those are a hot commodity, and damn, do I gotta say, those Halo Infinite Xbox Series, even if the game ends up being not good, and I have no idea, haven't played it yet, damn, do those Halo Infinite Xbox Series X systems look fantastic. It's one of the few times that I might be willing to spend an extra $50 on a system because holy crap, look how good that looks. We got Logan LeBlanc. How's it going, man? The Extremist is here as well, and Brian C, who is a member and a moderator. So welcome, guys. Yeah, dude, that Halo Edition Xbox Series X looks like. In fact, here, for people who don't know what it looks like, let me pull up a picture for you guys. Let's see here. Beautiful thing I can do now that I have my setup fixed. Halo Infinite Xbox Series X. So for anyone who doesn't have an idea of what these look like, let's see if I can get a full picture. That's not a very good picture. Let's just go to Google Images. There we go. We got some beautiful photos here. Here's a nice looking one here. Let's open that in a new tab. Show you guys. Ooh, that's not as big as I want though. Let's whatever. We'll just kind of scroll through these images here. And we'll show you here. So the Halo Infinite Xbox looks like this thing right here. I mean, it is gorgeous. Look at the custom controller. Look at that beast. Look at the look. I like the stars. You know, very spacey themed. I mean, you could fool me into thinking it's Metroid themed for crying out loud, because they're both kind of sci-fi. So you got this as well, kind of a front look at it. Here is kind of cool. This is the new Xbox Series controller for their what do they call it? It's their really expensive controller. I forget what it's called. The Elite. So this is their new version of the Elite controller, and this is a Halo Infinite version of that. A bunch of people actually had that arrive in the mail today. So yeah, I mean, you can see this next to Master Chief here. This system looks amazing. They do charge $50 more. So this is what it comes like, but I believe that includes Halo Infinite. If it doesn't, whatever, you get Game Pass as well. So yeah, like this, that is one smexy system. Let me tell you, I wish Nintendo did more things like this. They have cut some custom switches. Switch Lights they seem to do more with, but there are custom versions of normal Switches, but they're few and far between, and there's like nothing that exists for Nintendo platform. Like Nintendo games don't really have anything on the official Switch system except for different color Joy-Cons. Like, kind of weird. Feels like a missed opportunity. But yeah, that's what we got going on there. We got 7 minutes until the premiere happens. This Xbox Elite, yeah, you know that Xbox Sexbot. We're gonna turn down their stream a bit. We'll adjust volumes as we go here. The problem with adjusting volume during the stream is that it's all on the same screen. So, Halo Special Edition is a Sexbot, probably. I'm surprisingly hyped. You're not gonna lie. I mean, it's a major system console anniversary thing. Like, there's going to be major news. We know for sure Halo news is going to be here. So there's going to be major stuff going on. And that's always exciting. Whether it's Xbox, Sony, Nintendo. I mean, this is essentially like a bonus E3 press conference, right? That's basically what we're getting here. Is a bonus E3 press conference. And my dog is going crazy in the other room, in the playroom. What are you doing, Link? Hey, buddy. Link. Stop making a mess. Stop it. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Stop it. My dog's just staring at me like, what do you mean I'm making a mess? Here he comes. You gonna pop on stream for a moment, buddy? Get the old doggo on here, huh? Huh? Yeah. Stop making a mess. You're just giving me more work to do when I end the stream, and I got other stuff I gotta do today. Go lay down. Looky, listen. Let me see. One nice thing about the special edition Joy-Con is that you can get them without having to buy a whole new system. That's true. There's a red Mario Switch with a black kickstand. I guess they ran out of money for that. Congrats on the big Packers win yesterday. Thanks for that. I am a Packers fan. Link is so sweet. He is a very nice dog. That's why he usually doesn't make messes, so I don't really... Kind of curious what he's chewing on in there. Hey, we had a re-up on a membership. Congratulations, A-Nash Productions, for hitting the 6 months at the champion ranks. Thank you so much for that. We do have, by the way, a overall goal to hit 200. If we ever get to 200 members, that's where you click that join button or tap it or whatever device you're on. Hey, if we get to 200, we have extra giveaways. So that's always fun. A Nash Productions, who's been a member for 6 months, says, can't wait for the new sex box announcement. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. By the way, quickly before we get into this, premiere happens in 4 minutes. We'll switch over here in a moment. I want to remind you that, hey, we launched a new Nintendo Prime podcast channel. I know I'm going to be beating this podcast channel into your brains until you're so sick of hearing it, you may be even unsubscribed to Nintendo Prime. It is linked in the top link down in the description of this live stream. I really encourage you guys to go subscribe to it. In fact, I'm offering bonus entries into our, yes, Switch OLED bundle giveaway. Bonus entries. Today in our latest video, I just announced that the Switch OLED bundle is also going to include a Satisfy OLED grip to go along with it. I told you guys I would be announcing new things for the bundle as we get closer and closer. So yeah, you can get a bonus entry by not only being subscribed here, because you have to be subscribed on this channel to enter. If you subscribe to that channel, you get an extra entry. So, hey, plus set your notifications. Hit that bell icon over there. You guys don't want to miss our podcast, do you? Now, our podcast won't officially be moving over there full-time yet. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers to unlock some stream features. No, I had some people message me be like, oh, you just want to get to 1,000 subscribers so you could unlock monetization. No. Believe it or not, there are certain features in live streams that are disabled unless you're at 1,000. And we won't be able to get monetized anyways at 1,000 on that channel because you need 4,000 watch hours. It's a brand new YouTube channel. Let's just say it's nowhere near 4,000 watch hours. It might not be anywhere near 4,000 watch hours for a while. So I had some people ask me like, oh, what about super chats? What about memberships? Won't be on that channel for quite some time because we need to get to 4,000 watch hours. Might take us a year. I have no idea. It's a brand new YouTube channel. So, let's see here. Maybe some Xbox FPS boosts on older titles. That's obviously possible. We got 3 minutes to go. We'll just switch over here so we don't miss anything. Let's see here. I replaced my sister's Switch light battery and the copper pipe is warm, but the screen and fan aren't turning on. The copper pipe is allowed to be warm. It'll only turn on at certain temperatures. Now, I mean, maybe you unplug the fan by accident. But why not keep the podcast here, says Michael. There's a number of reasons that we're moving the podcast. One of those reasons is we want the podcast itself to grow. The audience for the podcast has mostly been stagnant because it seems that the number of people watching directly correlates to what the topics are, and that's not surprising because this channel, is a news channel, so the number of views news gets correlates to what the topics are or what the news items are. As an example, today's news video is not doing very well. It's actually one of my worst performing videos news-wise that I have put out in quite some time. And I can tell you that already. It's at 612 views. It is the worst viewed video of the month. And that video took me 4 hours to put together. So, how much that kind of sucks looking at it and be like, oh yeah, nobody's watching it, even though I think it's a really good video. That's going to happen some days. So I want the podcast to grow as a podcast. I want people to tune in every single week to that podcast because they're used to it and they enjoy the show, not necessarily because of specific topics. To do that, I need it to be its own entity. Beyond all of that, obviously we already put out a ton of content at this channel. And because we put out a lot of content on this channel, notifications don't always fly out the way we want them to. So separating the podcast on its own ensures if you are subscribed to that channel and you hit the bell icon, you will get the notification when new content arrives. So yeah, also it gives us the ability to not only live stream the podcast there and have it hosted there, we can actually take clips, and if we want to throw out some extra videos during the week, we can clip out like segments of the podcast, like specific topics that might be bigger. Like say we're talking about Breath of the Wild 2 or something and we have a long-winded topic on that, we can cut that out and release it as its own segment as well. So there's just some additional things we get to do, some additional flexibility for the podcast. Now, I know viewership of the podcast is going to go in the toilet, right? You guys are used to, seeing, 1,500, 2,000, sometimes 3,000 views a podcast. I don't think the podcast will even get 500 views. The very first one that we do there. In fact, when we live stream it there, I fully suspect 10, 20 live there maybe. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. You got to grow it. So yeah, it's technically a worse financial move for me at the moment, but it's also what's in the best interest of the podcast. I'm concerned about the show more than I'm concerned about the money the show makes. Here we go. We got 2 minutes. Yeah, full screen this here. Go, baby. Let's go, baby. How's the volume, by the way? My volume compared to the stream volume. Do I need to make any adjustments? It'd be nice to make those adjustments now before they record it. Nintendo actually uploaded Penny's song on YouTube. YouTube has never turned a profit until maybe this year with all of the mandatory ads you can't skip, ad blockers being disabled on mobile devices, smart TVs, yada yada. Okay. What's the podcast name gonna be? The Nintendo Prime Podcast? The name of the podcast isn't changing. Still NPP. Stream is loud. Music's a little loud. Alright. Good. Let me get those adjustments in now. It's hard to know exactly how loud Xbox is. So let's bring this up, give you a little inception. We'll lower that volume down. I don't want to go too low because, I want to make sure you guys can hear Mr. Phil Spencer. So we'll try that. We'll try that level. Hopefully that's a little bit better level for you guys. Well, yeah, I mean, the premiere music's always loud because this is just the way it goes with YouTube. They have it on max volume, which is fine. Give it a chance to play first. I know. We'll adjust it as we go one more time if we have to. It'll be all good. Be all good. Someday I'll have like a mixer board that I don't have to like go in and do it. I can just manually. I don't have a mixer board. All right, here we go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Xbox 20th anniversary, baby. Let's do it. Here we go. Oh, all the ratings. Here we go, baby. Lots of 18 plus, huh? Yes. Let's go. Dude, it's so hard to believe this thing is 20 years old at this point. God, I'm getting old. Came out when I was 15.
At Xbox, our passion is to help you find and play the games that you love.
I love the art form of video games. I think we tell stories that bring people together, whether it's competing or whether it's cooperative. This is just what gaming should be about.
Oh, yeah, there's a stable control. No problem, Turbo Labs. Thank you so much for being a member for 2 months. Xbox 20, baby. Let's go. What do we got today? Go ahead. Jump in. Ooh. Oh! The OG Xbox. I love that. Oh! Yes.
Wow. After all of this time, it's special to be back here with Xbox fans around the world.
I feel Spencer
just look
shocked.
at this stage. That alone shows you how far we've all come since 2001. My name is Robbie Bach, and I had the privilege of being in charge of Xbox until I retired from Microsoft in 2010.
Oh, okay.
Now, when we started Xbox 20 years ago, the original idea was a business venture, a way for Microsoft to get into the living room. But as we assembled our team and got to work, Xbox quickly blossomed into a new vision for what games could be. An Ethernet port to connect players over the internet at broadband speeds. A built-in hard drive to help games evolve beyond the limitations of discs and cartridges. A global dedicated online service to let you play with old and new friends alike, no matter where they are. These were audacious, groundbreaking ideas at the time, but they were also risky. We faced skeptics and doubters, I'll be honest and say inside and outside of Microsoft. We had missteps along the way. There were lots of challenges involved in getting that first Xbox out the door in a way that was true to our vision. So when I think about what it took to bring Xbox to life, I always remember that success was not guaranteed. And it was your passion for what Xbox is that transformed that vision into reality. A vision only comes to life when others share a belief in what's possible. And for that, we are grateful to all of you, our partners, developers around the world, and most of all, our fans.
Heck yeah. Dude, LAN parties back in the day? Ugh. Dude, we used to LAN party the OG Xbox so much.
Microsoft is going to make a game console.
We weren't sure how we were going to do it. Risk was enormous. Microsoft was this dominant company of the era, but success or even survival was anything but preordained.
We started to ship quality games.
And at the same time, we weren't doing anything in the console space. One day, these guys from the DirectX team walked in. We just thought of ourselves kind of the rebels.
A weird combination of craziness and genius.
We were a renegade team.
A lot of our thinking was focused on making the very best games.
That really meant something for us. We wanted to make a console designed to be easy and fun to make games on. We were trying to crash meetings and get traction on this thing.
We were an annoyance.
You're proposing taking money away from Office in order to fund some game system?
Ballmer understood where the money came from.
Steve looked at the Xbox idea and saw insanity.
Wait just 1 minute before you answer.
What's the hard drive going to cost? What's the Ethernet port going to cost? There's no way.
Everything about making a console is hard.
We made this little device.
That was held together by chewing gum and paste.
And it doesn't turn on.
It became clear that there was just some really big challenges for us.
The Duke wasn't a small controller.
You had to have gorilla hands to work with this thing.
It doesn't matter what your technology is. If you don't have the games, we were done.
They had this new thing called Halo.
Forza was built as an epic racing game.
Gears of War was appealing to a hardcore gamer.
We were focused on having all of our games prepped for E3, and you were always just one catastrophic bug away from not making it.
Ugh. Red Ring of Death.
The Red Ring of Death.
Microsoft brand is on the line, the Microsoft name's on the line.
It's insane to launch a game console. When you're Microsoft, you made frickin' Windows and a spreadsheet.
It was chaotic.
Chaos. Total chaos.
Our goal is to continue to innovate across all platforms.
Bridge the gap between traditional and cloud-based gaming.
Dude, I love this little storytelling. This is cool.
That come out of nowhere.
We are no longer in the Microsoft playbook.
Power On, the Story of Xbox is a 6-part documentary series that will release on December 13th across a variety of video platforms.
Cool.
So the project began almost 3 years ago with a simple question. Is there a compelling story behind the history of Xbox? The answer, it turns out, was yes, absolutely. So we partnered with an Emmy Award-winning documentary film team to really dig in and help bring the story to life. At its core, it's a story about how Xbox started as a passion project from a small group of gamers within Microsoft and grew to become a source of joy for Xbox players around the world. Whether you've been here for the entire 20 years or you have just joined us,
No, this video, guys, is in 6 parts. They're doing a documentary that they're releasing in December.
Moments. Here's some words of wisdom from our very own Phil Spencer, and definitely have a little bit
That's
of
cool.
fun.
Dude, I'd like Nintendo to do a documentary like that. That'd be really neat.
Well, thanks, Rock. And it really is an honor to have you here. Believe it or not, I'm a big fan of yours.
I remember
For instance,
this.
I know that you're a 5-time WWF champion, not to mention one of the top entertainers in the world.
Bill, I'm very flattered. I'm a big fan of yours as well. For instance, The Rock knows you're the chairman and chief software architect of the Microsoft Corporation, a leading worldwide provider of software for the personal computer.
Thank you, Rock. I'm very flattered myself.
By creating Windows in 1983, a multitasking graphical user interface environment that runs on MS-DOS-based computers along with Windows NT and Windows 2000, completely self-contained operating systems.
Bill Gates is like,
networking, symmetric multiprocessing, multi-threading.
Yeah, he's clearly reading off a cue card or off a teleprompter.
Revolutionize the technology we know today.
He's like, I nailed it.
Wow.
On The Rock.
Rock, that is impressive. So, for the first time, let me now unveil Xbox.
That OG VCR, baby. It was a powerful beast back then.
I think this is going to be looked back on as the golden age of video games.
Hello. That evolved. No, I saw Raiden Rock. I saw Nintendo's documentary. It's a little disappointing. I just felt like they ignored a lot of the history to paint a very specific
Hi everyone,
narrative, which
I'm Phil Spencer.
maybe
known
they'll do
on
that with this one,
Xbox
too.
As P3. I've been playing video games pretty much my whole life. I actually joined this company as an intern when I was still in school, a long time before Xbox was even a concept. So when I think about 20 years of Xbox and what games mean to all of us, I always come back to the fact that around the world, gaming is all about people. That's it. Games are all about real people coming together to create experiences and relationships that cross geographies and cultures and age and all the things that can separate people in other parts of life. Personally, I've been fortunate to see that power of gaming to connect people in a few ways. At work, the best part of my job is spending time with the ridiculously talented teams both here at Xbox and across our industry. You, gaming creators around the world, are at the forefront of the world's most exciting art form. But the reality is that as an industry, none of our work comes to life until it's enjoyed by our players. You, the global gaming community, are a powerful force, and it is you've made our passion as popular and important as it is today. Pretty much every day when I'm off work, I'm on Xbox. I'm chatting with friends, we're driving Jeeps off cliffs in Forza, I'm trying new games in Game Pass. This is where we live, and we've all seen how important and real those human relationships can be, especially in the face of real-life adversity. So when I think about 20 years of Xbox, I think about you, our community, and our creators. And I want you to know that I'm dedicated, Team Xbox is dedicated, and this company is dedicated to continuing to invest, listen, and learn as we build the best, most welcoming, and most fun entertainment ecosystem anywhere on Earth and beyond. At Xbox, we're on a mission to bring the joy and community of gaming to everyone. And we're honored that you've joined us for the last 20 years, and we can't wait to build the future together. So thank you, and see you online.
His name's Jacob. I met him like 3 years ago on Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
So over the next year, he quickly became one of our best friends.
We're meeting for the first time.
But of course, it was only online. I've never seen him in person.
Tanner lives in Spokane, Washington.
And I was like, bro, I'm gonna be in Canada. He's like, bro, no way.
He's here. It's just so crazy.
Then let's pack up and head to St. Louis.
It is cool when you meet some of your online
I'm so
friends.
happy to see
Yo,
you,
you
bro.
The Bridge Boys are back.
I've met Jacob.
That's why we're friends. We're all here. Because of Gears of War. Because of Gears of War. You met this dude on Xbox.
Since the launch of Xbox One, we've listened to you, the community of Xbox gamers, and we're grateful for your continued feedback. We continue to deliver monthly platform feature updates that enhance your gaming experience, and your response to the updates continues to motivate us. Last year, the team decided to tackle a feature that has been consistently at the top of your request list. And while we weren't sure it was possible, today, I'm pleased to announce Xbox One backward compatibility.
I remember this
Xbox
event.
360
It was
the
nice.
games you've invested your time and money in, and the games you want to continue to be played will be playable natively on your Xbox One.
You asked for more games to join our backward compatibility catalog, from the biggest blockbusters to cult classics. And we listened. Today, we are celebrating our anniversary by adding more than 70 original Xbox and Xbox 360 games to our backward compatibility catalog. The entire Max Payne series is now playable on Xbox Series X, Series S, and Xbox One consoles for the very first time. The entire Fear franchise can now be played on our latest machines.
Oh, yeah.
Games like Dead or Alive Ultimate and Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast are once again playable on a new generation of consoles. All original Xbox games will look better than ever on all modern consoles. Every one of the titles added today will benefit from Auto HDR, and many will enjoy increased frame rates with FPS boost, including a wider range of our existing backward compatible titles like the Gears of War franchise, the Fable franchise, Cameo, and Sonic Generations. At Xbox, we are committed to preserving the games that you love, enhanced by the latest technology while staying true to the original creator's vision. What better way to celebrate the past 20 years than by playing the iconic games that helped define it? Thank you for being with us on every step of this journey.
Cool. That was a good announcement right there. Damn. As someone in the chat said, why doesn't Nintendo do this? They're not in last place. So. Damn. Great announcement. Like Microsoft really kills it with the backwards compatibility. Like they've just, since Phil Spencer took over as lead of Xbox, man, they've been the best of the three lead platformers at backwards compatibility. Obviously, we talk about PC, but that's a totally separate conversation. But yeah, man, it's really cool that Microsoft honestly cares a lot about backwards compatibility.
Ever wonder what the bottom of an Avatar shoe looks like?
You know, not just with their games, but all the third-party ones that they've been so reliant on. Yeah, as Chubb Barrio said, services, man. Microsoft, you know, it was criticized when they started charging for online way back in the day, but honestly, when it comes to just pure services, they've always been like right at the top. And backwards compatibility is a type of service.
Xbox fans, the time has come. Can you believe?
They got them back.
It has been 20 years since I stood on that CES stage in Las Vegas and helped launch the original Xbox. Now, of course, I nailed all the cool buzzwords.
LaRock's here to say that that can't be farther from the truth.
Symmetric multiprocessing, completely self-contained operating system. And how about that look? I mean, the outfit, the glasses. Who wears glasses inside? And I even had hair back then. Those were the days, the good old days. Now, thank the Lord, I left the fanny pack in my closet. All right, well, I hope you had a chance to watch Red Notice on Netflix over the weekend. Now, here's the thing. We built a kick-ass vault inspired by the film with some amazing treasures and artifacts from Xbox over the last 20 years.
Cool.
Now look, my co-stars Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot,
I didn't watch
being the
Red
master thieves that they are hell-bent on getting into the vault.
It's on my
getting
to
their
watch.
hands on these artifacts themselves. So I need your help. I need you to break into the Xbox vault yourself by heading over to the site below. Now I'm excited to tell you we got hundreds and hundreds of amazing prizes, including an oil painting of yours truly from that moment 20 years ago. The look, the glasses, the hair, the whole thing is there. And custom Xbox Red Notice hardware, Game Pass collector's cards. We got hundreds and hundreds of them for you guys.
Are you trying to one-up me, Microsoft, with giveaways?
3 Cleopatra eggs, just like the ones in Red Notice. All right, it's time for me to go and hit the Iron Paradise and show
They're trying to one-up me.
What
Damn it.
real guns look like.
Let's step up my game.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
Okay, I got Eric. I might not have Dwayne The Rock Johnson, but I have Eric.
Oops.
Alright, I think I'm gonna be going to bed now.
Yeah, as Two Holmes said, like when you're in the lead, you don't always put the player first because you don't have to. You can worry more about just money.
Alright, got that. What is it to do? What?
Whereas Microsoft right now is heavily invested in, they don't really care if they make money right now. They're all about getting people to trust them so they can make money in the future. They're all about investing in the future. Game Pass is a big loss to these, but they don't care. It also helps when you have Microsoft as a corporation, you know, that's basically $1 trillion company, you're pretty close to it.
Is really going to be breathtaking.
You can kind of afford to take those risks.
You're breathtaking.
Oh my God, I can't believe they're showing this.
Breathtaking.
I mean, it was a cool moment, but the game, not a good memory for a lot of people.
More than just fun. It's an
A reminder of the
brings people from
unearned
all walks of
hype
life
behind
from all
Cyberpunk.
over the world together.
Todo puede ser real en un juego.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, Game Pass is awesome. I literally, it saves me so much money. It's so awesome. If Nintendo or Sony had a similar service, I would just have it. Game Pass is so, but again, it doesn't make them money, and it's not going to make them money for a while. So such a good service. Yeah, I agree with you, Dazinski. Greatest game value in gaming, for sure. Especially once we start getting all these next-gen games that should be starting to come. Halo Infinite and on forward.
The vision that we've worked on for so long, you see it.
Even though Halo Infinite's multiplayer is free.
Xbox One X, the most powerful console ever made.
I'd pay $20 a month
that
for
journey
Nintendo
from
Game
vision to reality isn't always a
Yeah,
direct
it's
path.
like $15 a month for Game
We
Pass
see a
Ultimate.
future
So
where
you end
you're
up spending
instantly
like,
absorbed in your games,
what is that, 180
where
bucks a year?
worlds are even more like
But it's only
immersive,
3 AAA video games.
responsive,
You can
and
get way more than 3 a year.
We centered on this
Game Pass.
idea, putting the
I
player
mean, just
at the
this year,
center,
Back for Blood,
really freeing up the player
the
to
Medium,
play the games that they want with the people they want, on the
and
devices that they want to play.
like MLB The Show was there day one. I'm like, that's 3 right there. That already covers the cost.
Will be
Let alone all the other games
platform
that come out.
that underpins gaming
And the back
experiences on
catalog.
the globe. That's the vision. It will connect people. It will empower creators to achieve things they never could before. It will break down barriers.
Yeah, Ragnarok and Roll. There is a $1 trick, but they've
A milestone like the 20th anniversary of
been
Xbox
catching on to people
is
doing
more
it.
than a
Let's just put
chance
it
to reflect on all
It
we've
doesn't
done
always
and
work.
everything our players have taught us. With 23
Bet they completely
studios
killed it
across
for a little
Xbox Game
Now it's
Studios
back again,
and
but
Bethesda,
it's not going to be.
all pouring their incredible passion into creating new worlds and amazing
Oh,
experiences, the future of gaming
Forza
is
Horizon 5
awe-inspiring.
looks, even on a Series S, forget the X, on a Series
Our
S,
love for players
which is
starts
what
with
I'm
our love
rocking
for
right
games
now. Oh
and
my
the creators who
God.
make them. We know
I
that
can't
to
even
reach
believe
more
it's running on that
gamers in
system.
more
It's
parts of the
insane.
world, we need to keep bringing more creative voices and perspectives to the table. Fostering a community as diverse as the world we live in and inclusive of all that makes each of us who we are. That's why we relentlessly invest to make it easier and faster for developers to build the games we love. We've driven innovation to enable developers to build accessibility features into their games, like remappable controls and adjustable color or text for players who are visually impaired. We collaborate with creators to encourage representation of diverse characters for stories that can open our eyes and our
They got a
hearts
really
to
cool
new
stage
points of
setup.
view.
I like that.
And we're committed to bringing those incredible games to every gamer on the planet by making it possible for anyone to play any game, anywhere.
We do that with
Makes
Game
me want to
Pass,
build a really
bringing
cool
you
stage
hundreds
like
of
that.
titles from hidden
know?
gems to the biggest
Imagine me
hits,
walking on a
playable
stage that
across
looks
all
that badass,
devices.
but it's in my
We do
in
that
my
with
studio.
our consoles, the most affordable and powerful console lineup with
And you
Xbox
get those
Series
video
S
walls,
and
baby.
X. And we do that with things like the Xbox Adaptive Controller, which has unlocked the joy of gaming for over 400 million players with disabilities. When everyone plays, we all
It's a really
win.
cool thing.
It
That
isn't just a
controller
tagline.
they made
It's
for
a
disabled
core
people.
principle that inspires everything we do.
Really expensive
So
in
please
some
join
regards,
us as we
but
look
man,
forward to the next 20 years and
I've
more.
seen some
As we
disabled people
unleash
using
creativity,
it.
embrace a global community, and delight gamers
Like the fact that it exists
everywhere.
and nobody else was really
Together.
investing in that field.
Thank you for being the core
That's something
of
I
what
really do
makes
appreciate.
Xbox great.
Because it's not like it's some huge market that's going to make them a bunch of money, you know. They just did it because someone at the company thought accessibility was important.
Whatever the cost.
Paramount Plus original. Well, this stream's about to be copyright claimed. Halo show.
Hello, Master Chief.
Alright. New Halo Paramount series on Paramount Plus streaming next year. We might have got away with not getting copyright claim there.
I'm so fortunate
just
to
Halo
be able
music,
to work
so.
and play in this incredible sci-fi universe of Halo. Like Marvel and Star Wars, Halo is a universe where hundreds of stories can be told and where millions of experiences can be shared. Halo began 20 years ago as the defining experience for Xbox. And thanks to you, it's now a global pop culture phenomenon. Whether it's the highly anticipated Halo TV series coming to Paramount Plus next year, which you just saw a glimpse in that live-action teaser, or stepping back into the boots of Master Chief in Halo Infinite this December, the Halo universe continues to expand in new and thrilling ways. Because of your passion for Halo
Man, Halo
and
Infinite
your
looks so
constructive
much better
feedback,
visually than
we
it did
gave
last
Halo
year.
Infinite more time to refine it for everyone that has been with us from the beginning and for anyone who's just getting started. This game is a return to our roots with an epic campaign and a deeply rewarding multiplayer. And we can't wait for you to jump into this all-new Halo experience. While the Master Chief is the hero of Halo, our fans are its heart and soul. And we at 343 are proud to celebrate 20 years of Halo with you in a very special way. Enjoy.
Dude, I love orchestras. How many of you guys have seen like an orchestra or like a symphony in person? It doesn't have to be like a game. There's something magical about that experience. Corey mentions the OG Wiimote was pretty good for accessibility without even trying. I disagree. Not that it wasn't good, but that they definitely tried. That was the entire point of the Wii, was accessibility. The whole point of the Wiimote and motion controls was accessibility. So I think they definitely actually did try.
Hello, Halo community, from all of us at 343 Industries. To everyone who played in the recent multiplayer flights, your passion and feedback and spectacular gameplay clips inspired all of us as we made the final push to get Halo Infinite ready for launch. As a thank you and to celebrate our 20th anniversary, we wanted to do something special. So let me hand the mic to Tom French, Creative Director for Halo Infinite Multiplayer. Tom?
Thank you, Joseph. On behalf of the entire Halo team, it's my honor and privilege to announce that your Spartan journey begins today. Right now, you can download and start playing Season 1 of Halo Infinite's free-to-play multiplayer beta on Xbox One, Series S.
Yeah!
This is the kickoff of our season, and you'll have access to all the maps, core modes, academy features, and
Oh,
the
yes.
pass to unlock. And your progression will carry over when we officially release the game on December 8th.
Okay, so December 8th is when it officially comes out, but your progress carries over? Heck yeah, baby!
See you online, Spartans.
Woo! Let's go, baby. Now that's the kind of announcement I was hoping to hear today. Good on you, Microsoft and Xbox.
Built this facility off the grid to train the next generation of Spartans.
Well, I did say if it happened today, I would stream it over on Twitch. So be sure to go follow me on twitch.tv/Nintendo Prime TV. Guess I'm streaming some Halo today, baby. Heck yeah.
An electric kill. Cluster luck. On your feet, Spartan. Ninja.
Zone captured.
All right. Well, that's cool. So the multiplayer beta is available right now, guys. I'll have to let me get this down here. I'll have to go download that, guys. So yeah, go follow me over at twitch.tv/Nintendo Prime TV to watch me play the multiplayer beta. It's good to know that the progress transfers over. So this is not like the prior betas, that they did where everything's reset. This is the big one. This is the one that you play the hell out of it, and everything you do will be transferred to the game. So I will be playing that on Xbox Series S a little bit later today. I got to get time to set it up. I got to download the multiplayer. I got to obviously do a couple matches and make sure everything's working smoothly. But yeah, we'll be streaming it over there, and it's going to be fun. I got to get my setup for it as well because I got to decide if I'm going to run it to this monitor or if I'm going to run it, I don't know how I'm going to run the stream. We'll see. But yeah, so we'll be streaming that over there. As for my thoughts on this, well, we didn't get a bunch of game announcements, which was fine. They just talked about Halo Infinite, and otherwise it was just basically a look back at the history of Xbox. Which, I mean, that's all they didn't even really promise Halo. So like, that's all they really promised is that this was a 20th anniversary celebration. So yeah, that was really cool. I think it was well put together. It's kind of interesting that they were able to do like 30 minutes of stuff, but only really have like one major announcement. And that's the Halo Infinite beta. But there was not a moment during this celebration that I felt disappointed by what they were showing or what they were talking about. The other big announcement was obviously all the 70 new games on backwards compatibility. So it's hard to not look back at this and go, that was a pretty well put together presentation. Now it's the Game Awards, baby. December 9th, Game Awards. Can't wait for that. Everyone's involved in that. So that's the thing about it. That's what's cool about an event like this is there wasn't like a promise ahead of time that this was going to be like their what are their digital events called? I always forget. So we have obviously with the Nintendo Directs, we have the State of Plays, that's Sony, and then Microsoft's. What's Microsoft's version of that called? I always forget. Because like that, you would expect a bunch of game announcements. This one, the only thing people really expected to hear about was Halo Infinite, and that's exactly what we heard about. Plus, we heard about 70 new games on backwards compatibility. Some of them that include upgrades. How's that with the Game Awards? It just means whoever pays the most. Well, we'll dive deeper into that maybe on tomorrow night's stream. Because remember, guys, we stream Monday, Tuesday, and Friday nights. And tomorrow, we might even be streaming the announcement of the Game Awards. We'll see, or the announcement of the nominees. I definitely disagree that it has anything to do with who pays the most. I think this comes down to some people that presume that there was an inherent bias involved with Death Stranding. But we'll talk about that more tomorrow about the Game Awards. But beyond the awards themselves, half the show apparently is trailers and announcements and stuff. So that should be really good. It should be fun. So you'll be back on Friday, Bowsette. Sounds good. Again, I'll be back streaming again tonight, doing our typical Monday night stream. So should be fun. Otherwise, if you want to see me do an extra stream, God, lots of streams lately. We did a stream last night. We streamed this event. We got our stream tonight on the channel. And I'm like literally later today going to be playing Halo Infinite Beta on Twitch at twitch.tv/Nintendo Prime TV. So yeah, go follow me over on Twitch if you want to see that. I don't know how many people will be watching, but hey, it's cool if nobody watches. I'm just going to be playing it for me. And if some people watch, all the better. All right, folks. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Nintendo Robot Dance from Nintendo Prime, and I found my only green shirt that wasn't Zelda to wear for this Xbox event. So you guys are awesome. And I will catch you. Man, I mean, the next standard video is tomorrow, so catch you tonight if you show up. Peace out.